sure to cut your
Coming to you live from the rinks in Oppog, you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brannigan going to be taking you through this developmental division first matchup of the night. We have two more coming up after. We've got one from the freshman level and another at the JV level to cap off the night here on the south side. As we get set here for puck drop, we're underway between West Islip and Northport Huntington. Northport Huntington 1-15 on the season, and West Islip 6-10. These two teams played each other twice before. Early chance for Northport Huntington does not come of anything just yet, as West Islip will maneuver out of the zone via, it's going to be Brown. Anderson Brown taking it into the zone. They played twice already this season. 7-3 and 10-1, both in favor of West Islip in those previous matchups, as that one's thrown across front of the crease by Caden Malika, picked up on the far side and sent right back in. Or pardon me, that was Jack Lella, not Malika. My apologies. There's Mikey Lane with the puck on the far side. Mikey Lane is having himself a fantastic season with 32 goals. There's a great save made by the starting netminder for Northport Huntington, Matthew McCartney. Coming up with a big stop. Anderson Brown holds in at the near blue line, but it's back in control of the Tigers, and they will dump it out of the zone. Right back on the stick of Anderson Brown. He gets around a defender, that being number 13. We don't have number 13 listed so far. Hopefully we'll get that in. Poked back into the neutral zone and back into the Northport Huntington zone for the moment. Looking to clear it out. Ryan Guzzo will pick it back up after his attempt failed. Bring it into the zone. He's joined by leading scorer Chris Quinn as the shot comes on. It's sticked away by starting netminder for West Islip, Gabriel Aguirres. Long shot doesn't get through. They try to force it through. Now it's on the stick of Quinn. Quinn will backhand one toward the net. It eventually comes to Aguirres, who sticks it away. And now it comes up the far boards for Palmieri. Nice move, Palmieri. Gets it over to Lella. Lella comes off his stick and fired up the boards by Quinn and out. That's where it's picked up in the neutral zone and turned over. Here comes Quescu with speed. He's in. Quescu, it slid off his stick and wide. Big chance there for Robert Quescu of Northport Huntington. Quescu back on it. Centering feed for Quinn. It goes wide. Picked up in the defensive end by Sulos. Sulos, the second leading scorer on West Islip. And backhanded out of the zone. A good pass ahead. And out come West Islip. Getting that one done for Darrow. And now they're in. The long shot goes over the net off the stick of Palmieri. Comes to the near side. Quinn will try to clear it out. It's held in by Garafola. Now back on the stick of Sulos. Centering feed got blocked. Good defensive play on the other end of the ice by Michael Griesch. Loose puck behind the net. Picked up by Palmieri. It's battling two Northport Huntington defenders. It's on the stick of Sulos, returns it to Palmieri. Back to Sulos in the slot, an unbelievable save. What a stop made by the Northport Huntington netminder, Matthew McCartney. And now out come the Tigers. Quescu trying to get around the defender. Good play by Sulos to prevent him from doing so. Back on the stick of Quescu. It did not exit the zone, say the linesman. Still being kept in the zone now with the help of Brendan DeSarno. Now it's fired out by West Islip. Rolls on to the stick of McCartney, who played a bit of a risky game, leaving just his stick out to stop that puck. Here comes Mikey Lane. Puts the puck into the corner, picks it up behind the net, takes it on his backhand, does Lane. Lane circling the zone, gets around the stick of Quinn. Gets around another. Backhand shot denied. Rebound in the control of Quescu, who will skate it to center. Pardon me, that's not Quescu, that is Ryan Guzzo. And Guzzo caught from behind by Lane. In comes Mikey Lane. Inside, outside, takes the shot. It's gloved by McCartney, who will hold with 10 minutes and 27 seconds left here in the first period. No score between Northport Huntington and West Islip. Northport Huntington, 7th place in the developmental division. 5th place, West Islip. Their 10 losses, same amount of losses as Connecticut Sayville and Longwood. Sticked aside there by Aguirre. Anderson Brown will backhand it out of the zone. It gets over the stick of the pinching defenseman, Caden Thomas Martin, who plays it across ice. Still unable to exit the zone just yet. Pass comes back across. Unable to get there in time is the unknown number 13 on Northport Huntington. We'll again try to get that to you. Long shot from Brown, deflects on goal and stopped by McCartney. We'll take a look at that previous save from McCartney. This is not that most recent one, the early one. This beautiful give and go for West Islip, and McCartney shuts the door. Back to action. Faceoff was won by Northport Huntington. They'll bank out of the zone. Quinn goes after it, gets around Brown, but it's all for nothing as it becomes an icing. .28 on the clock here left in the first period. No score between Northport Huntington and West Islip. Face-off won by the Tigers, and Michael Grease will try to backhand that one out the far boards. Doesn't get too far. Mikey Lane throws one to the net. It gets blocked down out in front by Ryan Hahn. And now comes out of the zone thanks to the help of Quescu. Right back going the other way, though, is West Islip. Played to the far side by Greesh. And now Quescu to Quinn. Quinn, 1-on-2 into the zone. Goes inside, outside on Brown. Still has control. Will send it behind the net, where it deflects around, hoping for Quescu. Quescu chips it back to the point. Flip toward the goal. It won't get there by Hahn. And out of the zone. And back on the stick, here comes Mikey Lane. Nice move, Lane. Lane is in. Lane to the backhand, scores! Mikey Lane opens the scoring, and West Islip lead at 1-0. There it is again. Mikey Lane gets around one, steps his way around another, going to the backhand, and gets underneath that puck to get it over the pad of McCartney. It's 1-0 for Northport for West Islip, my apologies. And Mikey Lane, that's goal number 33 on the season for Lane. Back comes Sulos, that pass across does not find a West Islip stick, comes back to the point. Garafola, nice move there. Palmieri the shot and a save made. Rebound available, just goes wide. Palmieri with the great chance. Another shot comes, save made McCartney. Rebound covered by McCartney. And he'll freeze it. 7:51 to go in the first period. 1-0 West Islip leading Northport Huntington. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Face off to the left of the Northport Huntington netminder, won by the Tigers. Puck comes to the near boards. Battle continuing here along those boards. Backhanded across, a bit dangerously so by Garafola. Comes onto the stick of of Northport Huntington, but the pass across drawing them offside. That pass coming by virtue of Nick Tiso. Tiso has 9 goals, 4 assists, 13 points in 15 games played so far for the Tigers. Fired out of the zone, it'll go wide of McCartney. No icing, and McCartney will cover it. Face-off one and comes around to the near side by Northport Huntington. That's where Quinn will pick it up. Quinn trying to navigate his way through the neutral zone, does, has some space, takes the shot, and it's stopped by the left pad of Gabriel Aguirres. With exactly 8 minutes gone by here in the first period, West Islip have the 1-0 lead by virtue of Mikey Lane. An unassisted goal at the 8:29 mark of the first period. Quinn to the loose puck. Backhanding, hoping for Quescu. He's got him behind the net. Out in front, save, rebound. Also stopped by Gagaris. Great saves by the West Islip netminder. Pushed back along by Greesh. Here's Quescu to the outside. Wrist shot, blocker save made Aguirres. Quescu trying to push it back up to the point where he's got Ryan Hahn. Hahn spins it back down low. Quinn behind the net. Chris Quinn try to push that one out in front. Has Quescu. Shot save made by Aguirres in the butterfly. And they outlet. And a nice move to get around the defender there by Palmieri. Palmieri to Sulos. Sulos try to get that one across to Matthew Lela. And it just was ahead of Lela, who puts it out in front now. Lela in the corner. Trying to center one. It's blocked. Sulos now has the puck. To the backhand. Sulos. Out in front. Palmieri. To Sulos. Great passing here by West Islip, but no shots come. Now it comes. A slapper from Anderson Brown that's stopped by McCartney. Little spin maneuver in the corner by Palmieri. Out in front. Matthew Lela in his skates. Fires it to the near side. And that's where it's picked up by Quinn. He'll try to bank it out of the zone. It's stopped by Brown. Brown now back on it. Wrist shot over the net. Deflects to the far wall where it's kept alive. A nice keeping by Sulos, and Lela returns it to Sulos, who cuts in. Sulos to Palmieri, stopped by McCartney, who got over to make the pad stop. And now here come Northport Huntington in transition. It's Quescu with Quinn. Quescu's shot just missing over the net. Had some room upstairs, and it just missed the top part of the net. Pushed back along by DeSarno. And moving in with it is Guzzo. Guzzo across for Quinn. Couldn't handle it well, so he banks it down low for Guzzo. Guzzo's removed from the puck by Mikey Lane, and Lane will move out the far side, picking up speed, getting around almost everyone except a beautiful back-checking Chris Quinn, who broke it up from behind. That's what I call hustle. More hustle being seen here from Tiso, who's in and is stopped by the glove of Aguirres. What a save made by the West Islip netminder. I mean, again, it's a great hustle play here by Tiso. He gets to the loose puck, picks it up on the backhand. He's going to move in on that forehand. Tries to shoot it away from the direction he's going. That's exactly what you want to do. And Aguirres up to the test as the faceoff won and fired around. Here's Tiso in the corner. Wraps it around the boards. Caden Thomas-Martin holds in for the Tigers. Pushes it back down low. Sent back around here by Lane. He's got the only goal of the game. Lane through center. Moves into the zone. Watched by Caden Thomas-Martin. Sharp angle shot denied by McCartney. And the rebound back on the stick of Tiso. But what a keep-in effort by Vardaro. Still in the zone for the moment, and Lane dishing out a hit. Don't see too many of those. The developmental level, Lane gets around Caden Thomas-Martin, moves in, and it's poked off his stick by Tiso and into the neutral zone where it's regathered by Garafola. To Vardaro. Pushes it up the far wall. Lane trying to bank it to himself. It was shut down. A good defensive play by DeSarno. DeSarno will push his way up ice. Gets around Vardaro. Puck roll around to the near side. That's where it's played on further by the Tigers. Scrum in the corner, dug out by Tiso. He's had the best chance so far tonight for Northport Huntington, I would say. And it was shut down by Aguirre. Lane from his own end, taken off the puck by Guzzo, who gets it back. Guzzo on his backhand, still has it, back to the point. DeSarno, long shot doesn't get through, and it's fired out by Vardaro. They're gonna say it deflected, so no icing. Racing back to get it, Brendan DeSarno. He'll take it around the net, look up for options. Initial pass blocked by Sulos, the second pass blocked by Sulos, who keeps in for West Islip. Now Caden Thomas-Martin. He lost that puck to a forechecking Liam Plassman, but now Quescu will pick it up. Has a streaking Quinn near side, but he's unable to get it to him on a good defensive back-checking play by Sulos. And Sulos will backhand in. Sulos out of the corner, shoots it over the net. Maybe McCartney got a piece, but I think he just missed that one high. Pushed back out across, hoping for Lela. It's taken back now by Quinn. Chris Quinn through center. Loose puck just available there. It's picked up by Quescu. Try to get that one over to his teammate Dean McKelly, and he could not receive the pass, and spanked out to center by West Islip. Northport Huntington try to get it right back in. To no success. It's iced now by West Islip. We'll get a whistle with 1 minute and 28 seconds left here in the first period. Only goal belonging to West Islip was scored by Mikey Lane. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. If you're listening, you like what you hear, be sure to check us out on social media at LI Sports Network on Instagram. Got plenty of awesome content on there. Last night's best, top 5 saves, goals of the week, covering all levels of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, New York Islanders High School Hockey League. Game 2 of the varsity championship is tonight. It's going to be going down on the North Rink. To my back here, Sulos, and a save made by McCartney. Another point-blank stop made by the Northport Huntington netminder. He's been real good tonight. Only goal he's allowed, certainly not on him. A great skill play by Lane, who moved in all alone and finished on the backhand. Otherwise, McCartney's been perfect. Here's Anderson Brown to the net. Save made McCartney. Rebound. He's got it underneath. It's been an evenly played game so far. Both teams trading good chances thus far. The 1-15 Northport Huntington Tigers and the 6-10 West Islip. Comes back to the point. Brown, wrist shot wide. Deflects off the hind boards. Back up top for another shot from Plassman that gets blocked down in front. Now Sulos, a drive and a stick save made by McCartney. Good pressure here from West Islip. Brown fans on the shot. Now backhands it to the net. It's cleared out and banks out of the zone and all the way down. Matthew Dishley gets there and fires it back to center. Good little chip pass ahead. Here's Plassman. Centering feet in the skates of Lela. No shot comes, and that'll do it here for the first period. One goal here in the first. It belonged to West Islip. Mikey Lane opened the scoring. That's all we got here at the end of 1-0 West Islip over Northport Huntington. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brannigan, and I'll be back for the second period. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Rinks and Opog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brown again here for the start of the second period. A couple of great saves from either goaltender in that first frame as we get into the second period. Right away, Mikey Lane loads up, fires, and a save made by McCartney. Lane, starting right where he left off, lets another bomb go wide. McCartney and Lane starting where both goaltenders left off. They made fabulous saves in that first period. Here's a centering feed opening for Matthew Lella. Doesn't get there. A stick lift from Quinn to no avail. Comes back out in front and is forced out from in front. Good defensive play made by DeSarno. Here's Quinn through center. Chris Quinn will fire it around, hoping for Quescu. Getting there first for West Islip, however, is Garafola. Comes up the near side, held in for the moment by McEllian. Now Quinn trying to push it to the front. McEllian off his stick. Caden Thomas Martin in his feet. Pushes that one to Quescu. Quescu 2-on-1 down low with Quinn. The pass broken up. Great defensive play by Garafola. And now Lane with speed up the near side. Quinn getting back. Lane couldn't get around the back-checking Tigers. And now Quinn picks up the loose puck. Quinn into the zone on his forehand. Couldn't get the shot away because of the defensive effort made by Lane. And we get a whistle and a hold from the goaltender, Gabriel Aguirres. Some more end-to-end action being showcased between these two sides. And what's been a great game here so far between West Islip and Northport Huntington. I mentioned their prior meetings, 7-3, their most recent on December the 11th in favor of West Islip. As puck drop, and it's just barely able to be held in. A good play there made by Grish. Grish will hold in once more, and now it's flipped up into the air, still not out. Can't believe it. Palmieri. He'll get a third chance to clear it, and it's knocked down by the high stick of Grish. The only way to, the high stick of Ryan Hahn, and that's the only way he was going to keep that one in. That most recent Mikey Lane defensive play, I missed this, was actually a penalty for roughing against Mikey Lane. He's in the box, so a power play for Northport Huntington had been underway. Minute 34 still left on it. Short-handed slapper from Brown, save. Rebound stop by McCartney. And back on it is Palmieri, centering one, and Quinn will fire it off the far boards. It's carried in by Brown offside. Minute 17 left on the penalty to Lane. Face-off. Pushed in now by the Tigers and held by Aguirres. They'll get an offensive zone draw now with a minute 9 seconds left on the power play. Northport Huntington are averaging 0.4 power play goals per game. It's cleared down the length of the ice by West Islip. Caden Thomas Martin spinning it around for Quinn. Quinn chips it up the boards past Anderson Brown. It will be an icing against Northport Huntington. With 47 seconds left on the lane minor. Face off to the right of McCartney. One forward by Sulos. Picked back up behind the net by Grish. Comes around to the near side. Vardaro got in the way of Tiso. Hahn for Tiso. Moves in. Tries to get around Sulos. Plays it around. Picked up by number 13 on the far side. Played back for Grish. Grish flips one to the net. Doesn't get by Anderson Brown, who will carry out for West Islip. With 8 seconds left to kill for West Islip, Brown fires one off the glass. Missed it by a country mile, the net that is. And now Tiso lost it to Sulos. Sulos back to Vardaro. Vardaro, that's intercepted. He tried to keep it in again, he could not. And it's skated free by Hahn. Hahn into the zone. Long shot sticked away by Aguirre. Behind the net, Anderson Brown. Try to bank it ahead. And it's banked out to Lane. Here comes Mikey Lane. Into the zone, Lane behind the net. He thought about the Michigan there. And Guzzo plays it away from Lane, but Lane gets right back on it. Back to Brown. Long shot from Brown goes high and over the net. Picked up on the far side by Sulos. Sulos back to Vardaro. Vardaro to Lane. Lane. Try to go back across. It does come to Brown. One-time shot. Deflects on, and it's stopped by McCartney, who covers with 10:35 to go in the first period. Still just the one West Islip goal. Face-off to the right of McCartney. One forward by Lane and just wide. Quescu, little pass, hoping to get it over to DeSarno. Played back into the Tiger zone. Sent around by McKellian. Picked up by Plasman. Lane has it now. Lane shot, blocker save made by McCartney. Comes up the far boards. Quinn makes a nice play on it. Quinn will carry out, takes a hit from Plasman, but still able to get ahead for Quescu. Quescu returns it to Quinn. Quinn to the backhand, save made by Aguirre. Great stop by the West Islip netminder and a great rush up the ice by Quinn and Quescu. Lane now flips one ahead. Pushed on by Jack Lella and covered by McCartney. .9:44 left here in the second period. 1-0 West Islip in front of Northport Huntington. Here is Quescu getting to the loose puck. With time, we'll try to find Quinn to hit a stick, bounced over another, and Quinn, who was going to be all alone cutting into the zone, left the puck behind him. Tigers still send in. Garafola flips it around. Played against the boards by Von Thaden. Quinn cuts it off, throws it to the front of the net, where it's intercepted by Mikey Lane, and Lane will find Vardaro, goes off his stick. Here comes Quescu, 2-on-2 into the zone, and Vardaro checking Quescu, fights it off, out in front. Quinn loose, save, rebound, loose, still loose. Quinn back in front, an unbelievable kick save by Aguirre. And back the loose puck comes up the near side. Mikey Lane into the zone. Back in control. Lane shoots. Stopped by McCartney with the blocker. Oh, what a hectic couple of minutes we've had here. Now Quescu. Around one. Into the zone. Quescu shoots just wide. Now Vardaro banking one ahead. McKellian could not keep in. It comes all the way down. Will not have the juice for icing. And so instead, Ryan Hahn will bank it around the boards. Cut off by Sulos. Pushed to the front of the net where it's intercepted by Hahn. Not out. Sulos keeps in. Hahn watching Sulos, and now McKellian will try to push it ahead. It's still in the zone. Garfola to Sulos. Backhand try and a pad save made by McCartney. In the feet of Vardaro, who backhands one all the way through, and behind the net it goes. Hahn sending it around. Guzzo will get there for the Tigers. And an amazing keep in by Vardaro, but now it comes out. Onto the stick of Tiso, who moves in. Nick Tiso could not get around the stick of Garfola. Fired up the near boards, held in by Hahn. Tiso fires a shot, save made with the left shoulder of Gabriel Aguirres. Held in by Grish. Grish couldn't get that one through, intercepted by Sulos. Sulos trying to get one ahead for Von Thaden. It's broken up, and back comes Tiso. Tiso into the zone. Tiso lost it. And now Sulos will fire it up the near side. That's where Hahn is there, and Hahn keeps in and throws one to the net. It's stopped by Aguirres. Might have been going wide. Stopped it anyway. Held in once more by Hahn, who spins it around. Anderson Brown cuts off for West Islip, and he'll knock Tiger down, and that will be a penalty against Anderson Brown. Second power play of the night coming up for Northport Huntington. This game would have had a second goal in it. Here, watch Quinn. First try doesn't go. Second try does. McKellian chips in. That does blocked. Another chance here for Quinn. And a dazzling right pad save made by Aguirres. Keeps West Islip ahead 1-0. He'll have to be good again. West Islip without one of their better defenders for 2 minutes. Quescu fanned on the pass, intercepted by Lane. This is where Lane can be extra dangerous, as Lane gets checked from behind by Quescu. And this power play for Northport Huntington will end almost as soon as it gets started. Could call it a cross check against Quescu, could call it roughing. Anderson Brown got penalized for cross-checking, the 6:36 mark. Quescu off for roughing, so we'll skate 4 aside for 1:40. Back to the point, Sulos loads up, fires wide. Pinching in Dishley. Goes back to McCartney, who will freeze it. 6:06 to go in the second period. 1-0 West Islip on a goal scored at the 8-minute, 29-second mark of the first. That shot blocked by Quinn. Came off the stick of Sulos. Quinn tries to chip it by Sulos. Sulos prevails with the puck. Spins around, gets it back to the point. That's where Lane is. Lane long shot is stopped by McCartney, and before West Islip could tap in the rebound, he'll cover up. .546 to go now in the second period. Another 1:11 of 4-on-4 hockey. Loose puck picked up by Quinn. Quinn puts on the Jets, takes it on his backhand. Sulos back there defensively for West Islip. Blocker save Aguirres. Rebound behind the net. McKellian wide open in front. No pass comes. Instead, back to Caden Thomas Martin. Deflects on. Another great save made by Aguirres on a great deflection by Quinn. McKellian to the net. It's intercepted by Lane. Here comes Mikey Lane. He's got speed. He gets around the defender. In comes Lane. Martin comes back. What a defensive play by Caden Thomas Martin. Lane a long slapper goes wide. 31 seconds more of 4-on-4 hockey. Caden Thomas Martin to the rescue. Quinn banks it out to himself. Here comes Quinn now. Slap shot over the net. And he goes hard into the far boards. Here comes Mikey Lane by himself once more. Lane stopped by McCartney. Oh, end-to-end action here on the south side in the developmental division. Here is Mikey Lane with plenty of time to tee up this shot. He had room blocker's side, but it was quickly taken away by the Tiger netminder. Matthew McCartney's been fantastic in this game so far for Northport Huntington, just allowing the one beautiful goal by Mikey Lane. Here's Sulos. Sulos moving in. Brief 8-second power play remaining now for West Islip. Lane loads up, fires, and it's stopped with the glove of McCartney, who gets plenty of pats on the shoulder from his teammates as they are pumped up about the goaltending they're seeing from their netminder. Near side, backhanded back along by Vardaro. Comes around, there is Matthew Lella. Try to play it up top, it's intercepted. Back come Northport Huntington. Quescu out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Quescu would try to backhand one across, blocked by Vardaro. Picked up by Tiso. Tiso to Quescu. Quescu, shot blocked. Still alive is the puck. Quescu, the shot denied by Aguirres. In the far corner, it's Quescu. Trying to get it all the way across, and it's fanned on by Hahn. Lella brings it into the Tiger zone. Helped out by Jack Lella. Guzzo is down there trying to play it for Northport Huntington, with a little help provided by Ryan Hahn. Shot comes, save made. Rebound is still loose and now frozen by McCartney. .306 to go, second period, 1-0 West Islip over Northport Huntington. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LA Sports Network. Ryan Brannigan. And this game has been fantastic so far between Northport Huntington and West Islip. Just the one goal back in the first period. By far, this is the tightest Northport Huntington have played West Islip. And another great pad save there made by McCartney. A 9-goal margin of victory for West Islip and a 4-goal margin of victory for West Islip against Northport Huntington, their prior meetings. Here's Dishley. Across, intercepted by Quinn. Northport Huntington have numbers going the other way. Quinn with Quescu. Quinn the shot. Blocker save made by Aguirres. To the far corner where Quescu fires it back around for Quinn. Gets by Quinn and on the stick of Sulos. Here comes Sulos with speed through the neutral zone. Sulos into the zone. Takes a hit from Caden Thomas Martin. Nice play by Brown. Backhands it. Cross corner. Banks now for Jack Lella. And now cleared out of the zone by the Tigers. This is in the area of icing, and it will be an icing against Northport Huntington. With 2:03 to go in the middle period. Face off to the left of McCartney. Out in front and stopped by McCartney. 2 minutes left here in the second period. Mikey Lane, in 14 games played, now has 33 goals. That is first. Or rather second, my apologies, second most among the developmental division. Longwood's Ryan Fink has 38 in 16 games played for the Lions. Pass out in front just by the stick. Pushed back across by Garafola intercepted, and now Tiso brings it out for Northport Huntington. Tiso on the far side. It's flicked out of the zone, and it just makes it out before Guzzo can bring it back over the line for the Tigers. Sulos' 23 points is 9th most among developmental players. And another save made there by McCartney. Out of the zone, here's Tiso. Tiso, nice move to the net. Tiso, shot denied by Aguirre. Rebound save. Aguirre as Guzzo backhanded that one. And Gabriel Aguirre coming up big for the West Islip team here. And there's a great blocker save, and the rebound doesn't cover up and has to make another save. With 1:08 to go here in the second period. Face-off won by West Islip. Here comes Sulos through the neutral zone with speed. Sulos is in. Sulos scores! Sulos gives West Islip the 2-0 lead here late in the second. On a great end-to-end play. He won the face-off forward. Got around the defender, and a beautiful finish over the glove of McCartney, who has been spectacular in all but 2 instances thus far tonight. Face-off one forward, McKellian. Couldn't get a hold of that one. Sulos, the most recent goal scorer. You knew I just talked about him, of course. Said, let me add to my point total on the season, now that you mention it. Push back ahead. McKellian, it's in his skates. Picked up by Quescu. Joined now by Quinn. Quescu on his backhand. Draws a penalty. Quescu brings it around town. Puts it back up top for Caden Thomas Martin. Throws one wide. McKellian. Pinned to the boards, and West Islip will touch up. Sulos now with his 14th of the season, his 24th point, and what is his 16th game played. Tiso wins the draw clean. Caden Thomas Martin shot deflects off the top of the net and wide. Not sure if that went off a Northport Huntington stick or a West Islip stick, as the puck exits the zone and we exit period number 2. The lone goal of the second belonging to West Islip. They increased their 1-0 lead. It is now 2-0 going into the third, but Northport Huntington will start the third on the power play. And you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brownigan and I will catch you on the other side for the third. Welcome back to the Rinks and Hop Hog, the south side here for the start of the third period between Northport Huntington and West Islip. It has been a back and forth game that has featured two excellent goaltenders going at it. Going really save for save between McCartney and Aguirres. Just the two excellent breakaway goals from Mikey Lane and Joseph Sulos, the difference so far here in this one. It's a 2-0 lead for West Islip. So they look to sweep Northport Huntington on the season. That puck gets by Caden Thomas Martin, and on the power play of Northport Huntington, they got a touch up now. It's fired back in by DeSarno. Wrapped up the boards. DeSarno there, stops it with the skate, now up on his stick. Gets by Tiso and banks around for Anderson Brown. Brown will fire right back up the boards and all the way down. Garafola for tripping, or slashing they call it actually. Really looked like a trip that the player who was tripped managed to stay mostly on his skates. That pass ahead is not on the stick of Quinn. No icing though. Tiso in the corner. Tiso, nice move, but couldn't get around the second defender, Lane. Quinn tries to bat it ahead, goes off the stick of Lane. Guzzo to the net, hit a stick. Brown couldn't clear the first try. Now the shot comes, and an unbelievable glove save by Aguirres. Are you kidding me? Gabriel Aguirres, watch the mishap here by Brown. He's unable to clear it, and now he's got a backhand it, and that results in a deflected attempt. It goes ahead, and look at that glove save, sticking out the left arm. Gabriel Aguirres keeping it a 2-goal game, a 2-goal lead for West Islip. Mikey Lane falls to the ice. Guzzo picks it up. Guzzo trying to get it to Quinn. It's blocked by Lane. Good recovery there by Mikey Lane, who stays with the puck. Kills some time and will bank it ahead off the glass. Cut off by Greesh and ahead for Quinn. Quinn flips one to the net, blocked by the glove of Aguirres. Behind the net it goes now, Guzzo. Guzzo stripped of the puck by Dishley, and now Brown tries to take it out. It's a save made by Aguirres on Tiso in front of the net. He keeps making great saves. What's it gonna take to beat Aguirres? Watch Quinn, nice little pass. Tiso loading up, and oh my, what a glove save. Face-off won by the Tigers, but the puck escapes from Greesh. It's sent across by Greesh, brought in by still unknown number 13. Matthew Lella puts it on goal, and it's covered by McCartney. With 12:27 to go, I'll quickly adjust the clock here. In the third period, 2-0. West Islip leading Northport Huntington, and that's due in large part to the immaculate goaltending from Gabriel Aguirres. Here's Greesh. Throws it off the boards, cut off by Palmieri. Nice little move by Palmieri to create space. The shot blocked by Guzzo, now Sulos. Back to Palmieri. Those two nearly connected in the first period, robbed by McCartney. Sulos, and he's got it underneath his skate, kicks it back to his stick, gets it back over to Palmieri. Good possession here for West Islip, but most of it now behind the net. Nothing to the net. Palmieri tries to change that, but it's taken off his stick by Tiso. Sulos takes back before Tiso can exit the zone, and now Tiso pushes it into the neutral zone. Regathered by Garafola. Fires across. Greesh chips ahead. Taken back by Sulos. 11:30 to go, third period. 2-0 West Islip leading Northport Huntington. Here's Sulos. Checked by Tiso. Tiso, nice little play there to get it off Sulos' stick. But couldn't get it ahead and into the zone. Back it comes. Matthew Lella. Puts one out in front, just out of the reach of Sulos. Kept alive by Garafola. Palmieri tried to reel it in, he could not. Once again kept in by Garafola, now tapped out of the zone by the unnamed number 13. Pushed in the zone by West Islip. Greesh off the boards now to Quinn. Quinn ahead, racing after it is McKellian, but he's going to run out of track as it's covered by Aguirre. With 10:46 to go in the final period here of regulation. West Islip up a pair, hoping to get win number 7 of the season. Face off to the left of Aguirre, won by McKellian. Shot from Quinn Fandon. Now he flips one across, nearly got it to Tiso. Pardon me, that's Quescu. Here's Caden Thomas Martin. He's not able to push that one through the net, and now it's fired off the glass and will go wide of the goal and become an icing against West Islip. Stopping the clock with 10:25 here in the third period. Hey, if you like what you're listening to and you want more, check us out on social media at LI Sports Network. Tons of great content up there, and that includes college hockey as well. Farmingdale Division I, Division II, as they're gearing up for nationals. We'll be there. We'll be covering nationals, as well as Columbia University, Hofstra University, and plenty more on LI Sports Network, at LI Sports Network on Instagram. Great keep in there by DeSarno. And Mikey Lane, however, gets to it first and will backhand it out. And with an immaculate touch, as it does not have enough for icing. Trying to clear the zone, Caden Thomas Martin ran into resistance in the form of Mercarella. Now it gets by Garafola. Quinn on the forecheck, tries to pull it away from Mercarella, could not. And now Lane. Giveaway in front. McKellian could not get a shot toward Aguirre, and now it comes to the near side where Lane gets back on it, knocked off his stick by Caden Thomas Martin, who moves in. Martin shoved off the puck by Vardaro, gets back to it, throws it to the net and just missed. Fired down the ice, puck rolling on edge, becomes an icing on West Islip. However, we'll have a penalty, and it's against Caden Thomas Martin, who just had that great rush up the ice. He also made a fantastic back-checking play to stop a breakaway attempt earlier in the game. But now he'll sit for 2, a slashing penalty assessed to Thomas Martin. And this is a huge part, critical juncture of the game. If West Islip score on their first power play of the night, a 3-goal lead could be too much to overcome, as that shot gets ripped by Jack Lella wide. Sulos on the near side, goes down low for Lella. Lella to the net, unable to get a hold of it. In front there was Plasman. Back to the near boards where Anderson Brown backs into Quinn. Spun back around now by Jack Lella. Quescu will get there first and will bank it out of the zone. And now putting on the Jets, Quinn. Quinn putting a lot of pressure there on Brown. Getting tossed to the ice and drawing a penalty in the process, I believe, was Chris Quinn. But then Quinn gives his aggressor, which was Liam Plasman, a shove. Will Quinn be penalized for that? As it stands so far, no, he will not. Plasman goes off for elbowing. We'll skate 4 aside, the power play expiring. Sulos try to take it out himself, much like he did on his goal, but it was prevented by Northport Huntington. Sulos has to wait for his team to touch up. Nice little give and go with him and Anderson Brown. Now Sulos to the backhand, gets around Greesh, puts one out in front. It's behind the netminder, and in, says the official. A goal for Sulos, second of the game. You're not going to get a good view, but the puck does go in. He snuck it under the pad of McCartney. And there's the point of the official indicating goal. And West Islip might have put this one out of reach. They lead at 3-0. Sulos from Anderson Brown. And for Joseph Sulos, his 15th of the season, second of the game. And it might have iced it here in the third, but there's 8 minutes to go. And plenty of chances to score throughout this game for Northport Huntington. Brown missed that one wide. Frustrated with himself, he slaps his stick. Here's Greesh. Tapping it around Jack Lella. Greesh and Lella both hit the deck, and Sulos powers his way through, takes it behind the net, spins away from the defender, Quescu. Now puts it back up top for Brown. Wrist shot through traffic, deflects wide. Sulos with Greesh checking him, gets around Greesh, does Sulos. Back up top, it's Dishley waiting for it. Dishley fakes the shot, gets it across for Brown. The one-timer is gloved by McCartney. Stopping play with 7:13 to go in the third period. It's 3-0. West Islip leading Northport Huntington here on the LI Sports Network. Face-off won by West Islip, but it is Northport Huntington who take control in their own end. And Quinn brings it out for the Tigers. Shoots, save, rebound, no! It's stopped by Aguirre. Gabriel Aguirre does it again for West Islip. Makes the first save, and now the second, even better on Quescu. And I'm going to have a hard time picking which of these saves I'm going to put into last night's best. And now we'll have a 5-on-3 for Northport Huntington for 30 seconds. And knowing how important getting a goal up on the board is, a timeout is called by Northport Huntington. A tripping call assessed against Andrew Vardaro. And so we get a 5-on-3 for 30 seconds, and then if they don't score, a minute and 30-second power play, 5-on-4. Let's take another look at this save. Quinn does the smart thing, gets the puck to the net, stopped by Aguirre. The rebound right to Quescu, just as Quinn would hope. And it's stopped. Here's another great save by Aguirre. Earlier in the third period, point blank, the glove save. As we get set for a huge face-off. And it's won by West Islip. And Lane fires it to Sulos. And Sulos brings it in. 17 seconds left on the 5-on-3 for Northport Huntington. It's Quescu firing it around. Guzzo is there. Intercepted by Sulos. Sulos killing time, possessing the puck in the O-zone. Sulos to Garafola. And an excellent job to kill off the 5-on-3 by West Islip. Lane ahead for Matthew Lella. Lella stripped of the puck by Quinn, plays it up the boards, but nobody is there. It's cut off by Garafola. Tries to send it back for Lane, ends up going into the zone. 1 minute and 5 seconds of power play time for Northport Huntington remain. But the puck sent down. West Islip have done a wonderful job of killing off this power play. This 5-on-3 now turned 5-on-4. That has just 45 seconds left on it. And Northport Huntington can't get into the zone. And now Lane tries to get around Quescu. Quescu gets it away from Lane. Out of the zone, Brown nearly intercepted by Quinn, but got to Sulos, who gets it ahead for Lella. Matthew Lella stripped of the puck by Quescu. Head for Tiso, tries to bank it on for Quinn. Brown gets there first, and the puck ends up in the Northport Huntington bench. With 5:19 to go in the third period, West Islip leading Northport Huntington 3-0. And the opportunity to get a goal on the board with the 5-on-3 having gone by the wayside. A huge blow for Northport Huntington in their hopes to get back into this game, a game they have played well in, but outdone by West Islip making the most of their opportunities when they've gotten them, and just a stellar goaltending performance from the West Islip netminder Aguirre, as we're back to 5-on-5. Brown up the far side, briefly stopped by Hahn, now takes it in, joined by Lella. Brown, the shot kicked away by McCartney. Vardaro gets it over to Lane to the net. It's partially blocked by Greesh, and Lane hits the ice. Sulos takes control, over to Anderson Brown. Brown lets one go from range, it goes wide. Backhanded around by Greesh. Tiso will pick up the puck with speed in his own end. Navigating his way through center, Tiso sends in. 4:20 left here in the third period. Anderson Brown with McKellian over there for Northport Huntington. Held in by Hahn. Try to get it to McKellian, intercepted by Anderson Brown, who dives to get it out of the zone. But the linesmen say no, it does not get out. So instead, Sulos will skate it to center and come in. He's got Lane on the other side. Sulos, the shot! He scores! Hat trick, Joseph Sulos, and what a goal to get it! Puts it away for West Islip. Gets around the defender and goes upstairs, off the mask, off the post and in. Sulos. The natty hattie for Joseph Sulos. For nothing, West Islip, as Sulos picks up his 16th of the season. Quescu fans on it. Here is Quinn for Quescu on the backhand. Quescu out in front, denied by Aguirre. And why not another great save from Gabriel Aguirre? He cannot be mentioned enough in this 4-0 effort for why it is the way it is. Now Lane down the near side, blocked away by McCartney, who in his own right has had a fantastic game between the pipes for Northport Huntington. Long shot by Lane is covered by the glove of McCartney with 3:10 now left in the third period. West Islip in full control with the 4-goal lead. Face off to the right of McCartney, one forward by Lane. Here's Palmieri, takes a hit from Caden Thomas Martin, dangles his way around, tries to cut to the net. Now Lane, a backhander, goes over the net. Back up top, Lane a drive and a great save made by McCartney. The always difficult behind the net pass to in front of the net. One-timer, no less, from Lane, stopped by McCartney. Quescu fires in, final 2:30. Quinn Centering feed broken up by Dishley. Caden Thomas Martin tried to get it over to DeSarno. DeSarno fell down, now gets back up. Taps it by the forechecking Matthew Lella. And now a pass that just misses the stick of Quinn. Go down for an icing against Northport Huntington. 2:04 to go in the third period. And all signs point to a 7th victory of the season for West Islip. It'll put them with a very similar record. In fact, the exact record of Connecticut Sayville in terms of wins and losses. One of the West Islip wins coming in regulation, in overtime, the only difference. Anderson Brown, wrister over the net. Sulos. What a hard decision. If you had to assign stars of the game, do you give it to Aguirre or do you give it to Sulos? As that shot deflects off of Greesh and a save made by McCartney, who McCartney would get my third star if I had to assign them. I don't. We don't do that. Maybe we should. Anderson Brown, long shot, stopped by McKellian, who from his backside tries to clear. It's held in by Anderson Brown. Pushed out in front by Jack Lella, and it gets by Anderson Brown. Well, we'll not have an icing here with the final minute and 4 seconds remaining here in the third period. Sulos. Brings it over the line. Sulos moves in, shoots, and scores! He said, I want to be the first star. 4th of the night for Sulos. All consecutively. Puts an exclamation point on it for West Islip. And they have all come in pretty similar fashion off the rush with a fabulous finish up top. With the exception of that one, he snuck underneath the pad. Sulos. 17 now on the season for Joseph Sulos. Pass from Jack Lella to the front of the net, blocked. Final 23 seconds. Now just a matter of if they can score a goal, Northport Huntington. Quinn has that on his mind. He wants one to the net. No! Aguirre preserving the shutout. Quinn, though, hard into the boards. And he's down. And we hate to see this, especially with 5.1 seconds to go in the third period of a game that's the outcome has been settled. Quinn is up. And Quinn will make his way over to the bench. You'll love to see that. And he looks to be okay, just taking a hard crash into the boards. .1 seconds left in the third period. The Zamboni door has opened. I would say that's an issue. That we probably need to fix that. There's only 5 seconds left, but yeah, not so fast there, Zamboni driver. Settle down now. There's 5.1 seconds to go in this game. And now you can bring out the Zamboni. And what a night for West Islip's Gabriel Aguirre and Joseph Sulos. 4 goals for Sulos and a shutout filled with highlight reel saves for Aguirre as West Islip gather in their 7th win of the season. And for Northport Huntington, they played a good game. They really did. Their goaltender, McCartney, cannot be mentioned enough for how well he performed. And the red-hot goaltending of Gabriel Aguirre really did it in for Northport Huntington tonight, which otherwise they turned in a good performance. Final score here in the first of 3 on the south side. West Islip 5, Northport Huntington nothing. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. From our camera woman, Rowan, I'm Ryan Brannigan. Until next time, have a good night.
You're so prepared. I love it.